Hi, and welcome to using EndNote Basic. This tutorial will cover logging into EndNote and configuring your web browser, collecting references, capturing data from a web page, organizing, managing, and sharing references, formatting references, and using EndNote with Microsoft Word. Section 1. Logging in and configuring your web browser.
Let's do a quick demo of EndNote Basic. Start by getting an account. Go to my.endnote.com and click on this icon to create an account. You can use any email address that you have. Does not have to be your Purdue address, although I recommend you use your Purdue address. After you have an account, go ahead and log into it. Here I'm creating a new account, so you can see from the very beginning. I have no references in this account. The first thing we want to do is go over to the Options tab, and we want to download the installers. You're going to click here, and the first thing you should do is take this capture reference and drag it up to your bookmark line, and then you'll want to download the Cite While You Write plugin. Here you can do it for Windows or for Macintosh, and if you're a Firefox user, you're going to want to download the Firefox plugins also.
Section 2. Collecting references.
Then we're ready to start collecting references. First, I'm going to show you how to do an online search. This is an online search from within EndNote. Now, I've already selected a couple of favorites, so we're going to go to the Purdue libraries and do a search. So right now we're going to leave EndNote, we're going to connect to the Purdue libraries, and I'm going to search for a topic I'm interested in. And we have found an article. So now we have one article in our database. We want to be sure to save it. So I am just going to put it into, right now I'm going to put it into my unfiled group. So I have now one reference in my library. If we click over here, we will see at the References tab, we can see one reference. There it is. So there's another way to collect. You could hand type one in, but one of the easiest ways to collect is to go to a library database or to Google Scholar. Let's go to Google Scholar. And let's just look for Nixon, Judith at Purdue. And then I can import some of these references. So here's one of my articles, and I'm going to import it. And I'm going to go down here to the import. And import it to EndNote Web. And it imported that reference. Now, in order to make Google Scholar do this, you want to be sure you have the settings set up, and you can do that by clicking up here on Google and go to Settings, and be sure down here that you have this link, Chat Show Links Import, and you can choose either EndNote or RefMan. Both of them will work for EndNote. So we have now imported one reference from Google Scholar, and we've imported one reference from the library catalog. Let's go to the library database. Go to the library home page, and we're going to click on databases, and we're going to go to Academic Search Premier. And let's search for patron-driven acquisition. Now, any of these that I want, I am just going to add them to the folder. I'm just going to take a couple of these. And I'm going to go up here to my folder. And I'm going to export them. So this is a technique called exporting because we're exporting from a database into EndNote. So I'm going to export, and I'm going to do a direct export to EndNote Web. Again, I have to log into my account. And 3 references have been imported. So we now have 5 references in the library. There they are.
Section 3. Capturing data from a web page.
Now I want to show you how you can use the capture button to capture the data from a web page to your EndNote account. Here we are at Google. I'm going to do a search on Weston Woods. And I see there's a Wikipedia article, so I'm going to go to that Wikipedia article. And I decide that I want to keep track of this so that I can cite it. I'm going to click on the Capture Reference button. It calls up this little pop-up screen, and I look at it to see exactly what it's going to be capturing. It looks at the web page and tries to get whatever information it can. So I'm going to save it to my EndNote.com. And let's close this. Let's go to EndNote now. And we have 5 unfiled references. And the first one is the Weston Woods Wikipedia article.
Section 4. Organizing, managing, and sharing references.
Now, the next thing I want to show you how to do is how to organize. So we can start organizing. We just go to the Organize tab and go to Manage My Groups. And I have already created one group called Nixon as Author. I'm going to create another group called Patron-Driven Acquisition. There. Now I have 2 groups. By the way, I can manage my groups. I can share my groups. So if you want to do sharing, you can just go to a group and say you want to manage sharing this group. And I want to start sharing this group. And then I would just type in the email addresses of the people I want to share with. And I can decide whether I want read only or read and write, and then I would click apply, and they will receive an email inviting them to share this group. They do have to have an EndNote account in order to share.
Section 5. Formatting references.
Okay, so now we've collected some, we've organized some. Now let's format our references. I am going to go and take all the references in the unfiled group. I am going to select a bibliographic style. I think I will select APA 6th, and I want to see them in rich text, and I'm going to preview. This will build a bibliography, which I could print, I could copy and paste in the end of my paper, I could send it to someone, and the formatting should be very good. Here are the first authors in author order with initials, then the date in parentheses, the name of the journal in italics, and the correct punctuation. So EndNote has added all the correct information to our references.
Section 6. Using EndNote with Microsoft Word.
Now the last thing I want to show you is how EndNote can interface with Word, and so you can put citations from your EndNote library into your Word documents. Here I have opened up a very short Word document. It's just a couple paragraphs long, and I'm wanting to insert a citation to it. Now, once you have downloaded the Cite While You Write plugin, you will see this tab in your Word file. Just double click on that and that will call up this toolbar for you. Then put your cursor right where you want to insert a citation and go to the toolbar and click on Insert Citation. Now here I'm going to search for some articles on Weston Woods. So I just did a Weston search and I'm going to pick this third reference that came up. What is Weston Woods? I want to insert it into my paper. There it is. It inserted the citation into the paper. You'll notice it's grayed out. That's a clue to you not to do any editing with inside of that area because there's a lot of coding there and you don't want to disturb that coding. And down at the bottom of the paper is the bibliography. Now as your paper gets longer, of course it will not be at the bottom of page 1. It will be at the end of your paper. Let's do this one more time. I'm going to insert a citation here at the end of the second paragraph. I'm going to go to Insert Citation, and this time I'm going to choose the first one, Imagination and Innovation, and I'm going to insert it. And there is the next citation, and the bibliography now has 2 records, and they are in alphabetical order. Now, as I said, you should not be doing any editing inside of this grayed out area. If you make any changes, you need to make changes, you can go to the Edit Citation tab and edit things there. Or you can go back to EndNote and make a correction if you have an error in your EndNote database. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial.